Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. As always, a free way you can support this channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm about an hour later than I was intending on making this video because, let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart here. Things were looking good. We were breaking through $59,000, and then all of a sudden, crypto just took a dump. How low did we go here? It was 56, mid 56 range. We're at 57.3 now, and so how is the market reacting? What is going on? The only thing, this is why this dump happened, is Powell says it's time to retire the word transitory, quote, transitory regarding inflation. So what does that mean? My initial reaction to that was like, okay, so wait a second, is Jerome Powell saying that he was wrong, that transitory isn't, and he's just frustrated, that we were saying that there wasn't going to be inflation, but there was, but it was transitory, and now it's just an admission. All right, we were wrong. Inflation is not transitory; it's here to stay. The market reacted differently than that, because if inflation's here to stay, flee out of the dollar into assets. But instead, what happened is that people are fleeing assets and going to the US dollar. And so, and we see that here, the DXY, look at that green, look at that candle. I know it's not green on this chart, but a green candle, what a pump. People fleeing from their assets, converting those assets into US dollars. Why? Because of fears with, here's scenario number 2, with tapering. And so we're maybe there's a threat of tapering. People don't want tapering. They want their bubble to keep getting bigger. Eventually, one day, we are going to have to stop tapering. We're going to have to stop printing money like crazy. We're going to have, it's just, there is an end to this. But as far as the markets are concerned, they don't want an end. They want it to go up forever. One day, I don't think soon. I don't, even if they do start tapering, one day it's going to get really rough, really, really rough. I don't think that's going to be soon. Maybe even not this decade, but one day I think there's going to be an epic crash, and you will have not regretted buying cryptocurrency and buying land and buying houses, property. But I don't think that day is near. So the stock market reacted very negatively. The Dow dumped hard, NASDAQ dumped hard, Russell 2000, S&P 500, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum was at $4,700, over $4,700. Bitcoin, like I said, was over $59,000. It looked like we were climbing. And I want to give you one bit of advice. When I was younger and early on in my investing days, I would take news like this and I would panic. I would be terrified. And right now, honestly, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, okay, let's see how this plays out. Personally, I just think there's a buying opportunity. I don't think this is going to change anything as far as where we're going the next month. I just think that we are seeing a wick, a dip on the hourly candle. And at some point, we'll go in the direction that we were going, which for me, in my opinion, for December is higher. It's higher. So we'll see. But either way, maybe we'll interact with that bull market support band. I don't, news like this is not going to cause us to enter some kind of mini bear market. I remember May very well. I remember looking at the charts and then seeing this dump out of nowhere and being terrified. And immediately my first thought was Elon Musk must have tweeted something. Elon Musk must have tweeted something, and he did. Yeah, he tweeted that Tesla was no longer accepting Bitcoin. And so Bitcoin was struggling all day. It was climbing back up. It got as low as $52,000. Elon tweeted that, and then boom, I remember seeing $46,000 Bitcoin. And then the next day, I think the next day after that was the day that we went, we got tons of people got liquidated. We went all the way down to the $29,000 range. This is nothing like that. This is a blip, in my opinion. If anything changes, We'll see, but I mean, it does seem like I don't know. It does seem like Bitcoin's climbing back up, Ethereum as well. It could take a couple days or a day or two to recover something like that. But as far as I'm concerned, right now, this is not a concern for me. So anyway, that's all the news that I had for today. I did think about including some other news things, but I did tweet this out earlier this morning. Good morning to everyone except that one guy, Fernando, whoever you are. Please unfollow me, Fernando. Please unfollow me. Okay, anyway. What questions? Good morning to everyone except Fernando. What questions or thoughts are in your mind today? I'll try to adjust some of them in my next video. So I'm just going to scroll through here and we'll see how this goes. The reason why I'm doing this right now is because I've noticed that a lot of you, my live streams get a lot of replays, which I find interesting because I would have thought that my standalone videos perform very similar to my live streams, but I'm curious. It's interesting to me because I would have never thought that something in real time like that, my real time interaction with people, would get so much replay. But it has. And so, maybe this is another way of doing this, and so I think I'm going to try at least to do this every day or every couple of days or something like that. So I'm going to try to answer every question here, and that's the video. So anyway, here we go. Do you think launch pads will survive the bear market? A lot of them make you lock everything up so people won't be able to full cash out. So thinking they might not dip that bad. Launch pads will survive the bear market. They're not going to die in the bear market and then get resurrected or something like that. There will be ICOs. There will be new cryptocurrencies launched. People will always take opportunities to make money, to create a currency out of thin air and sell it on the internet. Yeah, people are going to take opportunities. Launch pads will have their function. I know that's a little dark or skeptical for me to say it like that, but I just think that's how it's going to work out in the bear market. I'm not worried at all about launch pads. Okay, the resemblance between May to June and now, if we fail to tip 64K into support. I've been clear. This is nothing like May. And so at some point, whether it's a slow climb or a quick climb, maybe we'll have that blow off top in December or January, or maybe we'll have a peak in May or September or something like that. What happens if we don't turn 64K into support? All right, let's get rejected there. Let's go back down in the 50s. We'll probably ride that bull market support band, which is in the lower 50s right now, which will climb over the next few weeks. And eventually we will turn 64K into support, in my opinion. As far as, going down to $29,000, this is a much healthier market right now than it was in May. We were bloated in so many ways in May, in ways that we're not bloated now. So anyway, Crypto Oracle. Hey, I have a genuine question. Can you please make a video or answer it here? Given the current prices of Bitcoin, do you think it would be wise for newbies to invest in projects like Crow, etc., which has more potential to grow as opposed to Bitcoin? As how many X can Bitcoin do from here? Oh, how many X? All right. So in a sense, yes. All right. But Crow, I would look for a cryptocurrency that hasn't pumped. Crow is already beyond where I thought it would be this bull run. So I'm not as bullish about Crow as I would be about something that hasn't had a huge pump yet. And I would say the same thing for like Solana, for Avalanche, for Luna. I'd look at something like Polkadot, something like maybe one of the legacy coins. I'm obviously going to say Litecoin. What else? There's lots of them that you could look at that I think will outperform Crow. But yeah, as far as looking for short-term gains, Bitcoin's not going to be your best performing asset. I think 80% of them will. At the same time, if we dump, Bitcoin's not going to dump all that much, and a lot of those other cryptocurrencies will dump hard. So you got to manage your risk. So anyway, where do we need to be on the monthly close to keep momentum? 57K and 67 RSI. I don't have any thoughts for RSI. And as far as dollar amounts are concerned, monthly close, I want to see us moving in a good direction. Anywhere, so we closed at $61,500 last month, and so we're at 57.5 right now. It looked like we were on our way to 60K before Jerome Powell said what he said, and we'll see. I especially with this news, I'm not as worried about a dollar amount monthly close. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. I want to see us, whenever this happens, at the very worst, hold on to the bull market support band. That's the biggest thing I'm paying attention to. I very strongly believe that we will not have a May occurrence here where we just went way below that bull market support band, but we're going to hold this. And so I want to see us hold it. I mean, we're like I said, we're far above that right now. So the 21 weekly EMA is about $53,000. The 20-week simple moving average is at $52,000. That's rising every week. So let's continue to see it rise. All right. Let's see if you could kindly advise the best places to keep, invest, staking. I'd say PancakeSwap, stablecoins. Oh, stablecoins. Okay. Wherever you get the best returns. Anchor is good. Celsius is good. PancakeSwap is good, especially with farming on PancakeSwap. Voyager has decent returns on USD coin. Whatever you do your own research, find the best returns, get that cryptocurrency, that stable coin, and stake it. Yeah. So, all right. MetaPets is a new project and will be on different metaverse platforms. Do you think it's worth a punt like Santa? I think that instead of shilling MetaPets, you asked a question so that it would look like it wasn't a shill. And so, no, I'm going to say no. None of you buy MetaPets. Okay, next question. Is DAO Maker worth keeping 40% of my crypto portfolio in for the off chance I get chosen to invest in upcoming projects? 40% seems high. I'm not familiar with DAO Maker as far as the fundamentals of DAO Maker. So 40% seems a little high. I would say 40% would be for something like Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's just my opinion. But okay, this is my cousin-in-law who can't unfollow me. All right. Thank you, cousin-in-law. Your thoughts on the metaverse? Meta and coins that run it. Good long hold. I don't know about a long hold. I think it's good for the short run. The things that, in my bear market buying guide, the videos are finished. The things that I've been saying about metaverse coins is that the games suck. And I think that better games will come. Axie Infinity sucks. Decentraland, I tried it out. I walked around a little bit and it wasn't very exciting. I think that things like Activision, that whoever, I'm not a big gamer, so I don't know the answer to these questions, but I think they're frothing at the mouth. The big gaming companies are frothing at the mouth there and they're waiting to pounce, and they're going to make a lot of these other games look boring. Now, at the same time, if you can make money, people will do boring things to make money. And so if these games are boring in comparison, but they're still able to make cryptocurrencies and make a profit, they'll continue playing them. I just think that as far as the future market is concerned, the metaverse cryptocurrencies that are going to do well don't exist yet. And so, yeah, anyway. Deflating the inflation will make this cycle run into 2023. Hey, that's a very timely, prescient question given everything that's going on. I don't think 2023, but maybe this. That is amazing that he or she asked that question 4 hours ago. Maybe that's going to extend things. I don't know. Maybe it will. It's entirely possible. And if it extends things, that's perfectly fine. Let's just ride this bull market support band, which I think we will, no matter what amount of tapering enters the system. All right. A case for Litecoin part 3, the update. Nope. I've made 2 videos. Nothing has changed with Litecoin. If something changes, I will be the first to let you know. Nothing has changed. I'm super bullish about Litecoin. Are we pumping now to close the monthly higher? It seemed like we were. Thoughts on why today? I don't know. End of the month. It's always interesting times, but now we're not pumping. But who knows? Maybe we will just delay it for a day or two, like I said. So, all right, Nick Lopez, thanks for being here. Let me know when cash out all coin. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I will. Was this low COVID scare related? I think there was a possibility with the Omicron stuff. I think also we just might have gotten a little hot. If I were to make this a more narrow chart, maybe like a daily chart, you would see like little humps here. You see, there were 3 that I've seen on this chart, like little hump, little hump, little hump. And so maybe we have whatever. I know that's not the most beautiful technical analysis in the world, but maybe we just have another little hump and another little hump, or maybe we'll just, maybe we'll go higher, but it just seemed like we needed to cool off. I know a lot of us, and myself included, were expecting just to shoot off like a rocket, and the market said no. And it's mostly just, I expected, like I said yesterday, I expected this volume to pick up, and it didn't. I expected once we crossed that all-time high of the May high of $64,900, I expected the volume to pick up significantly, and it didn't. And it's fine. So let's just keep climbing, and maybe the volume will pick up next month. Let's have a series of short squeezes, whatever it is. And yeah, so we will see. We will see. We'll be looking at another dip for Bitcoin soon. I mean, before today's, I'm not counting today's dip. I think in general, we're going to go up for December. And so if there's a dip back to the bull market support band, that's about as low as I expect to go. And that support band's rising. So Jojo, all right. Do you think whale manipulation is good for the crypto market overall? Has it been good for your personal crypto portfolio? I would say it's not been good for my portfolio. I mean, here's the thing about whale manipulation. It happens with everything. It's not, we hear that word manipulation and it sounds like an awful word, and it's not that bad. And it's bad in other areas. Like I used to be really big in silver. Like a decade ago, I was insane about silver. I thought it was going to go to $1,000 an ounce. I was a very young investor. I was all in on silver. What I didn't realize is that market is unbelievable. It's so heavily manipulated. And Bitcoin is, in my opinion, the least manipulated asset that you could find. And that the whales can only do things on short term levels, but not in the long run. As far as I'm concerned, $1 million Bitcoin this decade is a given. And, I'm never going to say 100%. So how about 99%? $1 million this decade is very likely. And so, there's nothing that whales can do to stop that from happening. They can do things over the month of November to stop things that we're expecting to happen, but not over the long run. And there was another question about whale manipulation here. And so I'll get to that, I guess, in a little bit. So, all right. Oh, Yams Babe. At last, listen to many scares. This is Trade Tales. Okay. Owner works with TikTokers, live for all these. All right. All right. So I would have skipped that comment, but I've seen this person comment a lot on my profile, so I know that's not spam, but I will pass it on. Okay, go live with Pablo He-Man. I have been talking with his business partner, and just maybe we'll make amends, but maybe not. I've noticed VeChain and Cardano crashed hard with Bitcoin, but are not moving much to the upside with it. You have noticed that? I've noticed that as well. Well, Cardano's been up a ton over the last year. And so I'm not worried about either of them if that's what you're asking. I think that they do still have pumps coming by the end. So what do you think about low cap XCur? That's on my list of things that I'm looking into. And I am bullish on XCur. I think it's at least a 10x, but it's going to be a very quick 10x. It could go much higher than that. So we'll see. All right, what are your Litecoin, ETH, Bitcoin, December, January targets for prices? I have no idea. I would have said... before November was kind of a dud, I would have said, 1,500 for Litecoin, 15,000 for Ethereum, 200,000 for Bitcoin. Those are still my price targets. But as far as when, I would, I don't think December. And then, if we're going to push back alt season, I don't think January either. So the thing that I will say, I know I'm not answering your question. I just don't like doing short-term targets. The thing that I will say is, I think sooner rather than later. I would say May the latest as of right now, but maybe sooner than that. So, yeah, here's the manipulation one. So, how do you reconcile the narrative that Bitcoin is property ownership, can't be devalued like fiat, etc.? But at the same time, we have whales manipulating the prices all the time. Seems like we tell the world one thing, but as investors, traders know that Bitcoin can be messed with. And the thing that I would say is the thing that I said earlier is that anything can be manipulated over a short time frame, but on a long enough time frame, Bitcoin cannot be manipulated. There is one direction that it will go. So that's my response. Short term, whatever. I'm not worried about short term. Possible inverse head and shoulders on the Bitcoin weekly chart over the last week, not necessarily the weekly chart. Possible, but a new wrench has been injected into the system with Jerome Powell. So we'll see. When to be worried if Bitcoin doesn't make 60K a support line. I don't know. I would say, let's take a look into December. I'm not worried. So I mean, like if it takes all December, we don't hit 60K or we don't break through it and hold it as support, I guess I'd be worried. But I just think that's going to happen. But I'm not looking at 60K. I'm looking at the bull market support band. You know, I know I've been talking about that a lot. So is CSPR really the next ETH 3.0? I don't know what CSPR is. So, all right, that is all I have for today. I hope you have a great day and that you don't sweat too much about the FUD that has entered the system. We will overcome as always. All right, peace.